Yesterday, we were talking to Congressman Robert Pittenger with regard to the upcoming sequestration, the automatic budget cuts, roughly $86 billion for this budgetary year. Yesterday, we left off with you saying that you believe that right now it is time for President Obama to act because he received the tax increases that he wanted. So you're looking for something back from him, correct?
Rob, I was at a conference, yes. We were at a conference in Williamsburg, bipartisan, all the freshmen. Peter Orszag spoke, budget writer for Obama the first 4 years. Yeah. Orszag said, unless you deal with the spending, unless you deal with entitlements, you're playing games. If you play games, our country's going to collapse like Greece. I put together a group of freshmen, Democrats, and Republicans in a bipartisan letter that went to the president and went to the congressional leadership. 35 of us signed it, Democrat and Republican. I co-chaired this group now, called United Solutions. Congressman Murphy and myself signed the letter and had other individuals co-sign it with us to tell the president and the leadership, we've got to do it. There was no more spending in the letter. It was all about dealing with the major crisis we had.
All right, but you're talking about something that a bipartisan effort, and in order for it to be bipartisan, you're going to have to take into account demands or requests, however you want to define them, from both parties. And right now, you've got one house controlled by Republicans, obviously, one house controlled by Democrats, and obviously the executive branch controlled by Democrats. Now, if you have one side saying we need some more revenue increases and the other one saying we need some budget cuts, you would think something would come in the middle. Rob, and we're not really seeing that as a nation.
Excuse me, the letter that was signed by 35 freshman members, Democrat and Republican, said you've got to go tackle entitlements, Medicare. It's going to go bankrupt by 2024. There was nothing in this letter that referenced any more revenue or any more tax. Yeah. You can't tax your way out. We've got to grow our way out of the problem with our growth economy. And you sure don't grow an economy, put more tax burden on it. They understood, as I understood, these Democrat freshman House members, that we've got to go after entitlements. That was what was so distinctive about this letter. They went on the line. They went against the president, they went against Harry Reid, they went against Nancy Pelosi, and getting this issue front and center for the American people to see.
Forgive me, Congressman, and I recognize that it's part of your job to come up with solutions like that, but it seems as if right now we have 435 members of Congress pointing fingers at problems or each other and no particular plan.
Now, Rob, excuse me, this was a joint bipartisan letter signed by 35.
But you're right, but you're identifying a problem that may indeed need to be tackled, but what is the plan? What is the plan? And I guess it's what's the plan from the House Speaker, what is the plan from the Majority Leader in the Senate?
Well, we're trying to get this on the radar screen. You know, if you have a cavity, you need to drill the cavity. You don't give yourself another candy bar. The president wants to keep giving the country candy bars. He hadn't faced the issue. He never talked about debt during his State of the Union. He never talked about it during his inauguration. We have a $16 trillion debt. It's a burden that's put on our children and grandchildren and the future financial security of this country. And we're going to collapse unless we deal with it. And he hadn't been responsible.
Well, Congressman,
these Democrats were.
We'll give you the last word. I appreciate your time. Thanks very much for joining us. I know you have a busy week. Again, thank you. That's our conversation for today.
South Charlotte Nissan.